Okay, this is Memorizing Chemistry, just some tips to help you remember some of the calculations you'll need. We're going to talk Celsius to Kelvin in this quick video. So Celsius to Kelvin is something we use because we don't want to use negative numbers many times. They're kind of a pain in the butt, and it makes equations wrong sometimes, and it messes things up. So by using Kelvin, then we don't have to worry about negative numbers. So water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, and water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. These numbers are 212 and 32 if we're using Fahrenheit. But Celsius was really nice because it went from 0 to 100. It's kind of nice even increments, and it's very easy to work with. But the problem is that there's negative degrees Celsius. And if we want to get rid of negatives, then what we want to use is the Kelvin scale. And the way to convert Kelvin to Celsius is simply to add 273.15, and sometimes people have trouble remembering all those numbers. So if you look at the top here, you can either say to yourself, okay, the numbers in 273.15 are 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those are in order, easy to remember. Then slow down and say 5, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Or you can know that 1 plus 2 makes 3, plus 2 makes 5, plus 2 makes 7. And 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are the numbers in 273.15. Going through that process actually seems to put it in memory and make it available to you. So what we need to know is, okay, well, if I add 273.15 to my Celsius, then I would just use those first numbers to kind of show myself that it's right. So I use Kelvin equals Celsius degrees plus 273.15 equals now 100, because I'm taking the 100 from the problem where water boils, putting it in degrees Celsius. We add to 273.15 and get 373.15 Kelvin. You don't put a little degree sign there, it's just K. Same thing with freezing. Kelvin equals degrees Celsius plus 273.15 again. If we're going to use 0 for our Celsius degrees, then we add nothing and we retain 273.15. Okay. But what if we want to go backwards? What if someone asks us a question, okay, well, we want to go back to Celsius degrees from Kelvin. Sometimes you can use Celsius because it does use that 0 to 100. The numbers are a lot smaller and sometimes easier to... It's something that people recognize. Most people don't use Kelvin degrees. So we can kind of talk about boiling water, freezing water. So in this case, it's Celsius degrees equals Kelvin minus 273.15. So if we have 373.15 as our water boiling, then minus 273.15 makes 100 degrees Celsius. And then if we have it at water freezing, it's 273.15. Minus 273.15 makes 0 degrees Celsius. It's subtracting from itself. So again, it's a lot easier to remember 0 and 100 than it is to remember 273.15 and 373.15 as water freezing and water boiling. So the uses are Kelvin, avoid negative numbers, and Celsius to make it a little more manageable with numbers like 0 and 100.